no, look at all those Knarin sprites. Wow, this sounds a lot like the intro music to Batman the Animated Series.
Rayman, over here! Silence! Rayman, you! That's my friend out
Oh,
there.
Glowbox, I missed your enthusiasm.
Silence! Get him, Rayman!
That's the best line. Anyway, this is King Gumpsy, the Child King of the Knarin, and also Player 2 in that one shoe racing minigame I mentioned a while ago. But I guess all those cut commentary watchers aren't going to know about that, are they? Missing out on vital minigame information.
But really, I'm sure your friend will shine in the arena.
Oh, thank you.
My reflex is burning his corpse.
Oh, thanks. Oh, you're so clever. Oh, and look who thinks he's so cool posing like that. So say hello to Reflux. You probably noticed that the designers also liked this guy. Yeah, just judging from the intro. But there's a good reason for that. Reflux is probably one of the best, if not the best, bosses in the game. So he's got that spinny attack. Once he's done doing that, he will fire off those crisscrossing fireballs or whatever those are. But this is when he's vulnerable. You're going to want to go to the sides of the arena and grab a heavy metal fist. You don't need one of these to damage him, however, it definitely helps a lot. A lot of his attacks are basically like ground attacks like this. Basically, you're just going to want to hover in the air, and the moment there is nothing beneath you, you're going to want to drop down. Because otherwise, if you wait too long, he's going to hit you. And whenever that happens, that's basically just the battle saying, hey, you can't hit him anymore until he does a few more attacks. When he's trying to spin into you, it's easy enough to avoid him just by running away. He should be getting to his last attack now. No, he's... Oh, wait, of course, yeah, he does the spin, then he does this, duh. And for some reason, he just really liked fidgeting and going around to different spots after I got near him, which I don't know why he does that. I've never seen him do that before. But anyway, now we should be getting to his third attack. Now, you can kind of avoid things down there, but yeah, there is stuff to the side. My advice from the previous attack also fits there, or fits here, rather. If you're not above any sort of hazardous fire floor, drop down immediately, because otherwise something that's going to come in a few seconds will hit you, like that really long attack he did. You're pretty much going to need the entirety of your flight to avoid that. I also think it helps to move forward. But anyway, you can kind of stay down here to avoid his attacks, but you'll notice that more fireballs do appear down there, and they do get really fast if you're down there for too long. So don't, because they get really hard to avoid after a while. But anyway, yeah, even if he can't be hit all the time, it's still a whole lot better than most of the bosses. Like the super finicky first boss, or frickin', what's his name, Razov. Why did that hit me? Razov sucked so hard, I hate that battle. Because you do have to hit him with a heavy metal fist for, well, okay, now you don't have to, but like, the battle goes so slowly otherwise. And I mean, here though, it's easy enough to get them, you just have to put yourself a little bit at risk, and oh yeah, he's got another attack, but this one only happens when you get him down to a certain amount of HP. A whole lot of rocks will fall from the sky and leave fire in the arena, of course making that spin attack harder to avoid. The rest of the attacks, not so much. You don't really need to move horizontally, it's more of a vertical thing, and whew, almost got hit there. But anyway, yeah, even if you don't get to hit him all the time, he's still a lot more available than the other bosses, and I guess the other one was okay, the one from Land of the Living Dead, but at the same time, the water physics out of nowhere were just kinda finicky and not really that fun. Again, they weren't awful, but like, I'm not that impressed either. Here though, it's like, the powers are constantly available. You've got a safe spot in case you have trouble dodging any of the attacks, though stay down there for too long and the game will punish you for it. And yeah, this one is definitely a lot more tricky, because they start moving weird after the first few times. It's a very clear and easy to avoid pattern, despite how I've been doing the first few times around. But yeah, it does get more complex. The shockwave, I guess you could call that. That attack is probably pretty difficult to avoid. I also kind of suck at it, just out and out, but yeah, that's a different matter. I do think it's kind of difficult in general, just because it's difficult to gauge when he's going to be firing stuff out. And speaking of firing stuff out, one more meteor shower for the road. I do have to wonder, though... Oh, wait, is this where I get hit by this? Because, yeah, I've never been hit by the spin attack before, ever. Kind of happened the first time here, though, so, spoilers, sorry about that, but I'm just making sure you're not too disappointed in me. Now you're disappointed ahead of the actual disappointment. Aren't you happy about that? But anyway, ooh, wow, I suck here. Ugh. You can tell this is an early take, but I kind of liked it as well. Anyway, though, you do have to wonder, why is Reflux the champion of the Kanaran when he's the only not invincible one? Like, if I believe the reason he's not invincible is because he, like, traded his invulnerability for, like, firepower, basically to use the staff. He can't use invulnerability anymore, but, like, why? If it was just in a normal Kanaran in this arena, we'd die eventually. Anyway, yeah, that's why the spin attack is, like, stupidly dangerous. It's easy to avoid. It is out and out his easiest attack to avoid, in that I've never been hit by it until, well, this run. But it will tear you apart if it does hit you. Oh yeah, I should probably stop talking. Sorry, cut commentary version.
No. Shut your taco.
Oh, there's Andre. I kind of missed you as well. You and your violent streak. I mean, I've been listening to other people threaten my life, but it just wasn't personal like it is for Andre. Anyway, surprise! CG cutscene. Oof, oh god, that fire does not look good. Computers can't render fire. Wow, I've never been in this room before. Oh, hi, how's it going?
Rayman, you fought heroically in the arena.
Heroically, right, yeah. That totally described that performance.
Known the taste of defeat.
Oh yeah, rub it in, why don't you?
As a reward, you shall receive the power of Leptus.
I don't even know what a leptis is.
Oh, Leptus. Father of the Kanaran people.
This isn't gonna be like for a gift certificate or anything, right? You're not gonna go through this and then just spits out a $15 card for whatever. Oh boy, 15 bucks. Thanks, Leptis. Couldn't have sprung for a 30, you jerk. What are you yang? You didn't even get a costume change. Alright, well, now we're in the level where we'll get to test our reward from Leptis.
Wow, I wonder what kind of power that Tetris gave you.
I don't know, but I'm hearing some weird noises. Whatever could that... Oh, of course, it's a hoodlum. So yeah, we must be nearing the exit, because now we're seeing these guys again, and we finally have use for the circle button. That was a weird transition. Anyway, yep, there goes that guy.
Yippee, the Tetris gave you the
So
power
yes,
of black
now we
lung.
have the ability to transform black lums. So there is a reason you see them leaving the, well, clothing like they always do. It's because at this point in the game, we can turn them into red lums, meaning after combat encounters, you get a little bit of health back. Which also might be hinting that we're going to be hitting some pretty tough encounters from now on. But who am I to say that? Anyway, we're actually pretty much done with this level for the most part. It is just killing those two guys to test out our new ability. But hey, now we can transform black lums, meaning, Andre's not gonna like what he sees when he gets back out. Gonna be a whole lot of not evil lums. They're gonna not be doing his bidding. And back out into the desert. And by the way, apologies, but I didn't actually notice the little video fuck up right there. See on the left side? Yeah, let's point that out. But As also there in the first part of Desert of the Kanaran. Ooh, boy, the Hood Styler. These are Hood Stylers, right? I forget. Anyway, this is a really difficult encounter because we also have a Hoodoo, and we don't have a lot of room to move around with a guy shooting a spread shot at us. So, yeah, not the easiest combat encounter in the world. This one's pretty tricky, actually. But again, we have health refills now. But anyway, whatever this is, I'm pretty sure it's on Bandicam's side just because it looked fine on the emulator, so I think it's just the screen recorder fucking up. Probably because of how red the desert is. I don't know. I don't know much about colors, but like, from photography experience, I know that red is kind of like the worst color on the planet, objectively. Recording devices of any sort hate it, and oh, I guess I had to stop talking for a moment, because these guys are lava matrixes. These guys are kind of mini-bosses. They're like big Hoodstormers, only they're extremely difficult, because they fire a lot of projectiles, and they're huge. Also, I think that was a death attack. I think he died and tried to shoot me. But anyway, yeah, they just shoot a lot of fire. Honestly, pro tip, I would probably jump around a little more, because they seem to be firing a lot faster than just a normal strafe, so either break up targeting them or jump around a little bit more. Just don't be so stationary. I mean, strafing isn't really stationary, but it's nowhere near fast enough to avoid those guys. Because again, large projectiles, and fairly fast as well. Like, that's how you improve the Hoodstormer. You have the Hoodstormer, they fire fast, but they're nothing. Make the projectiles bigger, and suddenly, ooh, it's tough, because there's a lot less room to dodge now that the projectile's taking up most of the screen. Yeah. Anyway, those guys are tough, and I kind of got my ass kicked. I should have done a little better than that, but whatever. It's a good introduction, knowing they're tough, and Kanaran are running away in this wall art. Oh, I'm about to do a bit of an alternate strategy here. As you can see over there, there's a cage. If you break it open now, you can get a vortex ability, but I read the walkthrough and there's actually something different you can do here. You can have these guys destroy their own stilts via grenade, and eventually when they destroy the stilts, we'll be able to just kill them normally. Also, I'm pretty sure these guys have had an AI change, because first off, I don't remember them throwing grenades so fast. Second off, I don't remember them throwing grenades in clusters. Like, if they could do that, I would think they'd do that earlier, so I'm pretty sure they're just tougher now. Which, if that's the case, that's kinda cool. I wish there was a little more of an indication of that being the case now. Because there really isn't an indication that the enemies are getting tougher if they are. Oh, yeah, by the way, Hoodstormers out of nowhere. So yeah, now we've got these guys who, I just insulted them, but they're kind of difficult just because they've got most of a vertical range kind of down, since they're stacked on top of each other. That being said, though, they're not too bad. Also, the Lums are running away immediately, probably because they're ever so slightly out of bounds. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to let those guys go because, well, I just want to take care of the guys actively threatening me. Anyway, if you save this cage for after that fight, you get something else green. It's an emerald. Yep, that's actually pretty cool. I wouldn't have known about that if not for the walkthrough. Oh, also, these guys are called spinnaroos. I forget what I called them earlier, but no, they're spinnaroos. Probably because they spin when they go back into place. That kind of makes sense. Also, Lockjaw destroys these guys. Oh, that was good. Ooh, wait. Ow, that was a bad idea, but I kind of gotta turn this guy back. You know, it's not just for my health. We've gotta do that in order to make sure that the Black Lums don't come back with a new disguise to threaten us. We're thinning down the enemy population, that's how it works. It's only a good idea. Anyway, this guy thinks he can solo us, and he is in a good position. There's not a lot of room to strafe and dodge his attacks, but he's one dude, so goodbye. Alright, so let's move on. Thanks for the help there, Glowbox. Oh, 100%. Nice. I guess they didn't really expect to throw on that emerald, because I don't know how I got 100% otherwise. I got hit a lot there. I did kinda badly, all things considered. Anyway, one last doctor visit. And for the final one, we just get to smush these guys. They can't hit us from there because it's not like there's a glass wall or anything, even though it looks like there is. No, it's just a gap. Seriously though, I always saw that as like a glass wall. It looks like there's something in front of them, but nope. Oh wow, God, I'm horrible. Why did I go with my first take? That was a horrible... Actually, did I go with my first take? I might have, and that was a bad idea. Never go with your first take. Unless it's a really good first take. But it rarely is. Oh, wait, oh, darn. Oh well, I guess we'll let him go as well. I mean, we're about to get rid of Andre, so whatever, it's not an issue.
No, I'm not leaving this.
Or at least I hope we get rid of Andre. Would suck if we had to go to a fourth doctor. Come on, Rule of 3, don't fail me now. I don't think the emulator likes this cutscene for some reason. I don't remember it being this slow.
Oh, Gromax-san.
Oh, of course. The Asian stereotype one. I'm so glad they saved the best for last. The teensy accents is just hilarious. Can't believe I prefer the hippie. Wait, no, I didn't mean like all of them should be here at once.
Really? I totally dig those. Wow.
Ready?
Well, at least they're having a jam session. Same. Hey, you can't burp your way out of this one, Andre. Oh, wait, he can. Oh, shoot. Maybe Rayman shouldn't have been waiting out in the office. Maybe he should have been here ready for that. To maybe turn Andre back into a red lump? That might have been a good idea. Well, I can't necessarily foresee anything good coming from this, but maybe they're just gonna throw a welcome back party and that'll be it. Okay, I did not leave that many black lumps untransformed back into red lumps. That's a phrase. Oh, Reflux. Was that you I heard back in the desert making weird noises?
I know that you dream of getting revenge against Rayman. I need energy so much.
I'm actually kind of high right now, but I'll go along with whatever you're saying.
I will serve you Rayman's head on a platter.
No. Now Andre and Reflux are best buds!